Hello, everyone. This is Neeraj Khanna here. Well, when it comes to investing in real estate, a lot of people do have questions regarding, like accounting and what kind of accounts we need and how to maintain that. So today we have a special guest. Her name is Tanya D'Souza. She's a CPA in Toronto. Today she's gonna share her insights with us and what to do when you are investing in real estate, what kind of accounting accounts what you need to maintain. Well, hello, Tanya. How are you?
Hi, Neeraj. I'm fine. Thanks. How are you?
Great. Thank you very much for sharing some, your time with you, giving us your time and sharing some valuable information. Tanya, as a CPA, I'm sure you must have, seen a lot of people as an investor, and then now you're also an investor yourself. But when it comes to real estate investing, what kind of an accounts and an accounting procedures would you recommend for, just to maintain? And most of people don't know about that. Would you be able to share some light?
Sure. So, Neeraj, from my experience as an accountant, most of the time people end up doing things last minute. So I always like to provide clients with a spreadsheet, and there are two purposes for having a good habit to maintain a spreadsheet. And the one purpose would be, of course, to prepare it for your taxes and for your accounting purposes.
Right.
So I like to be simple and very simple, easy, that anybody can use. So you can even get your kids to probably populate it for you.
Yeah, you can save a little bit of money on not having any system.
Yeah. And that can be an expense too, right? You can write it off as labor cost or something like that.
Sure, absolutely. Yeah.
So have a simple spreadsheet. It can be in a worksheet format, Excel format. It can also be a handwritten spreadsheet, which is just basically you have your lines, which will be months will go by column, and your categories will go by horizontally. So you have your Enbridge, heat, hydro, property tax, whatever those categories are.
Right.
And then every month, just make it a habit, every month or every 2 months, to get the expenses from your online or wherever it might be that you're collecting your expense. So when your bills come in the mail, just to fill up that spreadsheet, take out maybe 10 minutes every month to fill up that spreadsheet.
Right.
So this way, it serves two purposes. So one purpose is that by the end of the year, you will have a completely populated spreadsheet.
Sure.
The information will be complete. There won't be anything missing. And that you can just send it to your tax preparer. Tax preparer will have no problem. He doesn't have to ask you any questions. Everything will be there. Now, the bigger purpose of maintaining the spreadsheet is to create awareness. Okay, so you are investing for a purpose. You want to be profitable. You don't want to be in the negative, right? So by maintaining the spreadsheet, you're going to create awareness as to, okay, how much income am I bringing in? How much is this property costing me? And certain things are going to trigger in your mind. Okay, why am I paying so much on insurance? Or why is my Enbridge bill so high this month? Or what happened this month? Or what did the tenant do this month? Or that kind of things are going to come to your mind, and you're going to be able to be a better property manager as opposed to just leaving it in limbo for the end of the year.
Sure, yeah.
Right?
Sometimes you don't know the bills. Yeah.
Right. So this will create things in your mind. Okay, when is a good time to renegotiate my rent? Why did I have so much vacancy? Why did I have so much repairs cost this year? What were the reasons? Where can I renegotiate my insurance? Where can I go and shop around? This is the good time to do this, So those things, that is like a more important thing for you. Like it will be your profit and loss. You'll be able to be aware of that.
Sure.
And at the same time, it serves the purpose of preparing taxes at the end of the year. You won't miss out on anything. So this is one good way. And the other thing that you must do to back up the spreadsheet is basically document all your bills and records. So a lot of things is now available online.
Right.
So you just download your information through the emails and stuff like that. Create folders in your computer, like an Enbridge folder, Hydro folder. You can do it by property. You can do it by category, whichever way you feel is convenient.
Sure.
Right. Or you can have an accordion folder where you can save all your papers in a particular category. You can have one accordion folder per property, or whichever way you would like to have it. So this will be a very good audit proof. It will be ready for you, handy. If anybody were to question anything, you want to find something, you want to, find out.
Not lost in the paperwork, right?
Yeah, you're not lost in paperwork. If you're doing this on a regular basis, you create the system, it's sitting somewhere and you're doing it on a regular basis. So this is what I would recommend from my experience. Yeah. It works very well for us as an accountant, and for you as a property owner, it's key.
Right. No, absolutely. Now, Tanya, will that work for all investment type of properties, or would that be?
Yeah, it will work for any and every kind of investment.
Yeah, it doesn't matter if
a
it's
single
a
unit, condo, multiplex,
Yeah.
no matter what. It's a flexible system.
Sure.
You can adapt it to whichever way you want.
Now, having said that, I know they said it's easier for the accountant, and also now when another thing is, seems like from your thing, I think like investors should speak with the accountant more often than what they normally do. Am I correct on this? Would you be able to?
Yeah.
Would you say that?
You're right. Yeah.
Like what
Yes,
kind of a time frame you think would you say at least get in touch with you?
So I would say, if there's nothing going on, maybe once every 4 months or every 6 months would be fine.
Yeah.
But if you're an active investor and you're looking for deals all the time, then I would connect with my accountant before I go into any deal. So basically, you would say, I'm looking to buy this property. What should I do? Is it a good idea? Whose name should I buy it in? All those kinds of things are important.
Even before going into the market.
Right. And also for you to know what is the best choice at this point, right? And how much it's going to cost you. So you're going into the deal knowing that you're going to be paying this amount of taxes, and there are no surprises.
Yeah. Most people.
The same thing.
Yeah. Like I have seen most people doing it other way around. They don't even look at the mortgage after the deal is done, right? I mean, I
that too, Neeraj, the mortgage, right? So you have to also look at where the affordability, cash flow, so many other things come into play,
right?
Which is important to visit with your accountant and your banker before you close the deal.
Sure.
And the other side of it is capital gains, right? So when you're selling, suppose you're selling, you want to be prepared. You don't want to have a big surprise when you're filing taxes. Oh God, I have to pay $30,000 in capital gains right now.
Yeah.
So where am I going to come up with that money? So the thing is that talk to your accountant. Okay, I'm planning to sell this property 6 months from now. He'll crunch the numbers, she'll crunch the numbers, and she will tell you, okay, this is what you're looking at. Now you're going into that deal very well prepared. You know that when the capital gains comes out, this is the amount that I should put aside for taxes.
Right.
And the rest I can reinvest in another property or do whatever I please to do with, but my taxes are taken care of.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Right.
Now, talking about the property, capital gains taxes, but how do an investor really know that they structured for the tax purposes? Like my properties, all investment properties are structured very well. Like how would they know that?
Okay, so again, that is structure is, again, as I said, structure is something very, very specific, and it's very it's based on a person-to-person basis, right? So whatever works for you, Neeraj, will not necessarily work for me, will not necessarily work for XYZ.
Sure.
So the best person to sit down with would be your accountant, your financial planner, and your banker to be able to, because they know exactly what your financial situation is, what your tax situation is.
Absolutely.
And then they will be able to help you to structure, okay, so you should buy in your name, you should buy in somebody else should be on title, whether it's good time for you to incorporate. So for instance, if you are a person who's already in a high tax bracket, say you're making 100K plus income, and you're already paying like 30% in taxes. Now you don't want to go and add on this rental property, and now you're just pushed yourself into another higher tax bracket for no reason, right? Without even thinking.
Right.
So then that's the point when your accountant would say, you know what, no, you cannot write this, you cannot close this deal under your name. Maybe you have a child who's 18 years or older, or maybe you have a spouse who's in a lower income tax bracket. That's the person who would close the deal, who would go on title. And if you are a person who has multiple properties, then you might think about, okay, now it's time to incorporate. Maybe I start a holding company, buy under that one. How to mitigate your losses, you have to learn a lot around this, because there's risk, there's creditors risk, there's legal risks, so many things that have to be taken into account.
Right.
So that's a very, again, as I said, it's not a cookie cutter thing that we can say one size fits all. We've got to very unique and very specific to each one's situation. It can be tailor-made around that situation based on that time.
So that means if somebody is going into multiple property investments, so they should get in touch with the accountant more than actually normally.
Always.
Okay, no, great. Thank you. Thank you very much for sharing that, because you touch upon a lot of important points today, and that'll definitely give it a lot of information to the people.
I'll be more than happy to do a consult with anybody that needs it to be done, because I have the background from all the areas, as well as I work with a lot of real estate investing clients.
Right.
So I'll be happy to provide spreadsheet. I'll be happy to do like a consult one-on-one to unique to your situation and give you a solution that is unique to your situation.
And Tanya, what's the best way to get in touch with you?
Phone or email. Either is fine. Neeraj, you can share my phone number. No problem.
Okay, I can share that. Okay, fantastic. We'll do that. Well, Tanya, thank you very much for your time.
Thank you so
that
much.
is, I know you're already busy.
My pleasure. No problem.
I can tell that. I mean, it's a tax season plus all the, things that are happening. But thank you very much for taking your time and to share with us.
No worries. Thank you so much, Neeraj, for having me on.